Good afternoon. Today is July 6th, and today I'll continue to talk about the coronavirus. So the first piece of news that I'd like to talk about is trying to help you understand the airborne coronavirus. For a virus to be airborne, it means that it can be carried through the air in a viral form. For the coronavirus, the definition has been more complicated as experts have agreed that the virus does not travel long distances or remain viable outdoors. However, evidence suggests that it can traverse the length of a room and, in one set of experimental conditions, remain viable for perhaps 3 hours. The coronavirus spreads through aerosols and droplets. These are different only in size, as aerosols are much smaller than droplets, and as droplets are heavy, they fall quickly to the floor onto a surface that others might touch, which the person, if they touch a contaminated surface, can get the virus. This stresses the importance of hand washing and maintaining 6 feet from others. However, experts have also said that infected people also are releasing aerosols when they cough and sneeze. Most important, they expel aerosols even when they breathe, talk, or sing, especially with some exertion. Scientists now know that people can spread the virus even in the absence of symptoms without coughing or sneezing, and aerosols might explain that phenomenon. Because aerosols are smaller, they contain much less virus than droplets do, and since they are lighter, they can linger in the air for hours, especially in the absence of fresh air. In a crowded indoor space, a single infected person can release enough aerosol virus over time to infect many people, perhaps seeding a super spreader event. For droplets to be responsible for that kind of spread, a single person would have to be within a few feet of all the other people, or to have contaminated an object that everyone else touched. So obviously we can see here that aerosols spread much better than the virus, we can say. So as a result of this just stresses the importance of social distancing and washing your hands, and also wearing a mask will greatly reduce the risk, as shown in multiple studies. Airborne transmission for reopening schools and colleges is also the matter of intense debate. Because many schools are poorly ventilated and are too poorly funded to invest in new filtration systems which can help recycle the air, it is still a huge vulnerability to infect students, so as a result many schools will close. However, younger children seem to only have mild symptoms, so elementary schools may be able to reopen. College dorms and classrooms are also for concern, and that the government should think of long-term solutions for these problems. To minimize the risk, it's just overall better to stay outdoors and do as much as you can outdoors, as even a somewhat crowded beach may be safer than a pub or indoor restaurant with recycled air. Public buildings and businesses may want to invest in air purifiers and ultraviolet lights that can kill the virus. Despite their reputation, elevators may not be a big risk compared with public bathrooms or offices with stagnant air where you may spend a long time. Just try to minimize the time you stay indoors, and I think you'll be fine. The second thing that I'd like to talk about is California. Governor Newsom of California said today that the state was cracking down on businesses that violate virus-related restrictions, inspecting nearly 6,000 businesses over the holiday weekend. More than 50 were cited, and the overwhelming majority of people were doing the right thing. Testing has increased to more than 100,000 a day, but the overall positivity of those tested has also increased by more than a third, reaching an average of 7.2% positive tests over the past week, according to state data. Hospitalizations are up by 50% in California over the past 2 weeks, and in some southern counties, hospitals are at capacity. However, overall, California, I think, is doing relatively fine and using just 8% of its hospital beds for coronavirus patients. So we still have ample hospital capacity in the Californian system. So I think for Californians, just stay home, try to avoid going out and minimize the risks. That's it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.